In this video, we're going to be building a technical analysis agent that allows us to analyze graphs such as this. In this case, it's a Bitcoin technical graph, and analyze technical indicators like relative strength index and directional movement index so that we can use the AI to give us an analysis of what the market is telling us about Bitcoin. So let's see this agent in action. I'm going to ask it to please analyze BITS. So this is a Bitcoin ETF. When I start that, the technical analysis agent using the Sonnet model from Claude calls this tool called technical analysis. And inside this tool, we're going to execute this portion, which downloads my trading view. And then I will go and download the chart and then analyze the chart using the AI's vision capabilities. And then I'm going to return it back to the analyst for further analysis and output. So once it's done here, we'll see the output in chart form as well as analysis. So you can see here that it's telling you by looking at the chart an upward trend closing up to 100 and the most recent price, and then it's analyzing the candlestick patterns, the RSI, relative strength index, DMI, and then it gives you the resistance levels, right? So major resistance at 100, secondary support, primary support. So it gives you a feeling of where the market is thinking about where this can drop to and where the current upside boundary is. And then it generates this really nice graph that shows all the candlesticks, the volume, as well as the relative strength index and the directional movement index. So let's do a more detailed walkthrough of how this technical analysis agent is built. So first, we're going to just go into this node and observe that the system prompt for this is very straightforward. It's very generic. The only thing that I'm doing here is to tell it, when doing a technical analysis, please display the resulting URL graph in Markdown format. This is important because that allows the chat to be able to show the URL that is returned in a format that it can display the graph. So the second thing we're going to observe is the model we're using is the anthropic Sonnet model. So we're using the Claude 3.5. So you can use the more later one here, which is the October one. So we can select that, but the previous one will work just as well. And then the third thing here we're doing here is technical analysis. So what I've done here is create a tool that is based on execution workflow. So I said this tool is useful for technical analysis of a stock. In this case, it's an ETF. So I directed when processing the output of the tool, URLs returned should always be in Markdown format. So this is one of the key things here. You have to kind of specify this format. So by doing this, it'll be able to display the chart properly. And then I take everything else as default. Of course, whenever doing chat, you want to put this buffer memory so that the chat has more context in terms of being able to do follow-up questions. Now, this is at the heart of the analysis. So we're going to drill down into this tool, right? So again, technical analysis agent will, whenever it detects that it needs to do a technical analysis, will go into this node here, and then this node will execute this workflow, right? So in this workflow, let's open it up. So all I'm doing is that I'm saying, okay, company, and then I set this variable to what's passed into by the agent. So the agent will pass in this case, BITS. And then we're going to use a service called chartimage.com. So you can get an API key, and it's free. There's a free tier that is quite generous, so you can use this. So this allows you to generate these images, right? So it uses underneath the trading view, which is very, very popular for technical analysis. So it will go to the trading view service. And then if you look at the body parameters that are passed into this post API, I've specified the studies I want. So I want the volume, I want the relative strength index, and directional movement. So I've also given it some formatting so that the vision part, the AI vision, can look at that in a little bit more detail. And then I download it from here. So once I generate the chart, I'm going to download the chart. And then here is the heart of the analysis. Let's go in here. So in this system prompt here, what we're telling it is how to do the technical analysis. So here's the company or the ETF to analyze, and then you want to look at the candlestick patterns, pricing trends, and some more details of how the analysis would look like. Look at the relative strength index and how to do the relative strength index analysis, and then directional movement index, also instructions on how to do that, and then also volume analysis, and then give a final take on that. All right, so this was actually generated by a process of going into Claude.ai. So Claude.ai is a free service that you can also use to generate prompts, right? So in this case, you can start a new chat and you can say, I would like to create a prompt for AI agent that does technical analysis. All right, so you can start here, and then it will help you to create the initial prompts. So in this case, it'll give you some starting points, right? And then you can use this and refine it. Maybe you can say, I want to simplify this, right? You don't want it to be so complex. So you can go here and again, say simplify, and it will make this prompt a lot simpler, right? And then you can tell it what you want and what you don't want. So then you copy this essentially into this system prompt here, all right? So that's the very easy way to create this. And then you input the image and then output the response. All right. So very, very simple flow, but very, very powerful.